Hello, everybody. Welcome back to VIII.
It's been a hot minute.
It's been
I should say
a week. What are you talking about?
exactly. Hot minute,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
also known as a week, or in a different time measurement that can use. I forgot to change everyone's outfits.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Who are these people?
Who are they? What are they doing here? I don't recognize any of them.
All right. So what do we got? You're on fish. What do we got for fish? It's all future stuff.
Fish?
Future fish only.
Future fish only? Got two fish.
I believe so. I
Got
believe
boss.
I know where they all are. So we're good there.
Right. Where were we?
So yeah, I guess check your quests, see where we are from there.
Let's see. We got not enough people for that. Got
We're
things
missing
here.
one for that. Oh, I see. You got to go out there. See those two? Those two right there. Yeah, we got to
Oh,
do.
I see.
I think you might have to. Vista Ridge. That might be doable right now.
Let's check this path though.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I have to.
We've checked it, but then we might have done some stuff. So let's check it again real quick.
Yeah.
I don't remember anymore.
Let's
A
double
week's a long
check.
time.
A week is a very long time.
Yeah, did we clear this or do we have to get another Donna section? I think we have to get another Donna section. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, in other words, progress for now. I don't know if you can do that. We can go check it real quick.
And back here we go.
I'm guessing not yet. But we'll see. Yeah, just to the right and then follow it up. That's the only warp in the entire zone. So.
Oh, this is the new monkey madness
Yes.
nonsense.
Yes, this is Master Kong's next fight, but I don't know if you can do it yet. Is all.
I don't think I can either, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm
All
allowed
right.
to fall down.
So
Insane.
now I will yell about Xenoblade Chronicles 3,
Oh boy.
the DLC specifically.
Specifically the DLC.
It's the best Xenoblade has ever been,
That's good.
with some minor issues, but like in terms of like overall gameplay, give me that. So, combat is largely the same from the base game. They just removed the ability to change classes, so you have your 6 characters, and they are what they are.
No muscle monkey madness.
Not yet. We'll get there. But what they've done is completely overhaul exploration.
Really?
And they tied it into character growth, character progression. It's amazing. Here's what they did.
We're not alone here.
All right. So, in order to increase your character's strength, you need to spend a currency called Affinity.
To get around it.
Right.
In order to get Affinity, you must do stuff. Your characters will still level up with experience in killing enemies, but in order to unlock new skills or like improve the skills,
Right.
or your arts, you gotta spend Affinity. Find a new zone, that's Affinity. Fight a unique boss, Affinity. Find a
Did you
secret
do
area,
thing?
Affinity.
Gain affinity.
Open a chest, Affinity. Collect
Okay.
enough of a certain item and register it in your Collectopedia.
Oh boy.
Affinity. Beat a monster a certain number of times. Affinity. How do we perfectly reward the player for just playing the game, experiencing
reward.
all the game has to offer? Well, you want to do these things, Because your characters get stronger.
Yeah.
Alternatively, you want to do these things because you're the type of person that wants to explore the worlds that game makers have made, and also your characters get stronger as a nice bonus.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is a manual. Go ahead and read it.
Second.
Yeah, just letting you know that's
yeah, the death room.
Yeah, at first parse that might seem like it's for the doctor,
Let's go. My turn now.
but it is in fact
There's the button. There's the button.
is in fact usable.
Learn skill. Ice Age.
Yeah,
That was a decent movie.
yeah. I was gonna say, I don't know, that got it did well enough to get a few sequels.
Just a few. What potions are for?
So, yeah, and also, here's the kicker. Really, if
Yeah.
you're like, oh man, you want me to explore all this stuff, but how do I know if how do I know if I'm done?
Get rewarded with affinity.
No. How do I know when I'm done with a zone?
Oh.
Well, here's a checklist.
Huh. Well, that's nice of them.
We will tell you exactly how many things there are for you to do, but we won't tell you where. However, in every zone, there is one spot where you can build basically a scanner tower.
The Ubisoft Tower. Okay.
It will Ubisoft. You can construct your own Ubisoft towers. Really, the Ubisoft Tower technology is expanding with each new game.
It really is.
The technology is evolving. You build your own now, which means they can hide it in the second or third visit to the zone when you have your new Metroidvania traversal mechanics. It's not really that extreme, but like you progress the story a little bit and you get the ability to build like grinding rails to go from spot to spot.
Nice.
And it's like, okay, cool. Wait a minute, this is a sheer vertical jump up or down. The rail doesn't work for that. And then later, with some more expensive materials, you get a modified version that lets you go directly up or down. You can build elevators. So there's your traversal mechanics. There's not very many, but it's enough to lock off sections of the zone to a second or third visit.
Nice.
And so it means you're gonna revisit zones. Also, this is the first Xenoblade game I know of. I could clearly be forgetting something, but it's the first one where, hey, you know that level 90 enemy that they stick in the second zone?
Yeah.
That doesn't show up the first time through.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah. And Toxin's here to hear me yell about
Xenoblade.
So anyway, I don't know if that part was necessary, but the fact that they will, if you progress the story, they'll throw new stuff into the zones, that they don't increase the numbers on your checklist. You knew they were there already. But like now they're accessible later. It's like, oh, I gotta recheck these zones every so often so I can find new stuff.
Nice. That's good.
It is
Having to go back.
really good.
One things that you
So-
were like, oh, hey, I can't go there now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look, my handheld short range radar, which will tell me if something's nearby and point me in the general direction,
Yeah.
is pinging up a cliff. I can't get up that cliff, so I know something's there and I have to come back later. And then later it's like, okay, here's the elevator.
Yeah.
So, or in some cases, it's, oh, you approach this from a different zone entirely and build a network of like 3 or 4 different rails across the upper sections, and then you get to this area. It's cool stuff like that.
Nice.
Anyway, it's great. Fantastic. If you liked a Xenoblade at all,
You will enjoy the
this is
DLC.
this is the best iteration of it. I think.
Good.
Unless you really preferred the Xenoblade 1 or Xenoblade X combat style, because they changed that in 2. That's the only difference. It's great.
Yes. Yeah.
And with this, they've concluded, at least I assume they've concluded, the Xenoblade story.
How could they?
So they're gonna have to do something else. Now, this isn't unheard of, because I think this is the third Xeno series they've done. Also, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong here, I'm going to look it up just to verify as I'm saying it, but I think they also did Xenogears and Xenosaga. No. Am I wrong? I could be wrong.
What did I just get?
Oh, that appears to be square for Xenogears, so that's incorrect. What about Xenosaga? Okay, they did Xenosaga. So you can see how I got that confused.
Yeah.
I just thought all the Xenos were them. Yeah, so they did Xenosaga. So this is the second one.
Gotcha.
So they'll do a third one.
Prevents burn.
Oh yeah. Those talismans, the ones that give you stats on top are like, yep, I can see myself using that.
Yeah.
Because burn's the real bad one. So it's certainly worth considering.
Considered.
Anyway,
Do not
dungeon
meet.
item. Fight your mini boss. Wait, this isn't Zelda.
Hey, it's the Stay Dead bell.
You found it. It's here and not in the ship like I thought it was.
This is essence equipment. We use this during the Requiem ritual. We used it for what? We used it to purify tainted souls. With this, we can defeat the twisted souls of the undead that roam this place. Oh, nice. Oh, that's a relief to hear. Those things are so irksome to fight. Though I guess we are technically trespassing in this place. Lucky for you two, huh? We'll be able to cover more ground now that we can defeat the undead. The tomb continues deep underground, Adel. Let's continue making our way forward. Onwards and upwards, downwards.
Yep, yeah, that one. Yeah, so they'll die now for real. Neat.
You face true death against me. I just have to not fight this mini boss in this room that was totally not a boss room that I walked through the first time.
Wait, but this isn't Zelda. Oh.
It did the Zelda thing. Doxa Grail? Oh man, he should have fought me when I was on my way through here the first time.
Anyway, he stabbed himself to gain power.
Oh, he'll stay dead this time.
With the power of a slight breeze. Hey.
Bye.
It's so good.
Deletion. Alright, I guess I'll get to leave.
Oh, he got back up. You didn't equip the spell, by the way.
Oh. Oh, that's nice.
There we
Bye.
Now he died.
I guess I get to dodge items again. I put on the pickup urn just to have to take it off immediately.
I'm in pain.
Game hates you.
It really wants you to miss items.
It really does.
Anyway, so I beat that, and now I'm playing Cassette Beasts.
Hey, did you start it yet? Or
I sure started it. I'm
how many badges you got?
4.
Okay, I haven't
5?
gotten badges yet.
5. I can't find the second gym.
I haven't done any badges yet. I currently in the game. I just talked to the ranger person to sign up.
Okay.
But I like the theme, like the whole overarching plot.
It's
You're on an
interesting.
island. What?
Yeah.
Where's this island? What? Why are we all on
Not
this
important.
island?
Why are you asking questions?
Why are you asking questions? You just have a cassette and it works. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it.
We've tried to figure it
Please.
out. We know it works clearly.
Yeah. There was
Great.
literally an NPC I talked to, and he's like, "It just works. Don't think about it. We don't
Yeah.
know. We just know it
We
does."
don't know why, but it clearly works.
Yeah.
No, it's funny. The electric gym leader is also like, yeah, you know these pylons that are supplying electricity to the island? I mean, clearly they work, but where's the electricity coming from? Don't worry about it.
Nice.
Yeah, so cassette beasts. If anyone watching this likes Monster Tamers, it's a good one so far.
I like the capture mechanic.
The capture mechanic is very interesting. We'll get to that, but I want to start with the combat first.
Huh?
I like that. Okay. I hate that once again, nobody seems to be able to understand that monsters can have two types.
Yeah, no, that's illegal here.
But to my knowledge, there's no stab. And to my knowledge, there's no straight up type weaknesses.
No.
So it's fine. However, this game has the closest thing to the Pokemon Reborn field mechanic that I've ever seen. Which is to say, types might not have like, oh, just double damage or half damage with resistances, but they will be like, hey, if you use a fire attack on a metal monster, it'll gain the melted status, and you'll it'll get burned, guaranteed.
Yeah, it'll take damage over time.
If you use water on metal, it gets the corroded status and gets defense and ranged defense down. If you use a fire attack on a wind monster, that powers it up and it gets a shield. Like cool mechanics like that. That's an interesting way to go about it, and so I can forgive them. However, the combat is still a little basic. It's a stamina meter. It's not an interesting stamina meter because it's very. Temtem's the best implementation of a stamina meter I've seen so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
This one is not quite as good. It's just, hey, you can have 5 or 10 stamina. Or maybe there's a middle ground with like 7 or 8 if a monster can evolve twice. But you can have, you can have up to 10 stamina. And moves can use 0 to 10 stamina. And you always regain 2 stamina per turn unless you have a status that increases it to 3.
Boo.
Or reduces it to 1.
Alright, the same animation going again and again.
So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, combat's a little basic, but it gets the job done. I like that learning moves is a sticker that you put on the cassette tape. That's a cool, like, thematic
It's
flavor
very
thing.
thematic, and I really like
And
the
you
flavor.
can remove them, and they go into a pool. It's not like Pokemon, where a Pokemon has a pool of moves they can learn. Right? And then you can teach it one of those. No. Moves in this game are physical items that go into your general inventory, and you can apply them to a tape, and then it gets removed from the pool. You can freely apply or remove the stickers. And there are different rarities of stickers. Did you know that?
Yeah, but yeah, that's
Well,
that's pretty cool.
you can find uncommon and rare versions of moves. I don't know if they're random rolls or if they're fixed for the rarity, but they'll do stuff like 8% crit chance for every move slot you have empty, which incentivizes you really specializing into like 4 moves or 5 moves, and then just having like plus 40% crit on that move.
Yeah, I managed to pick up stuff because it let me the urn picked it up.
Yeah, or they'll have stuff like a 12% chance to follow this attack up with another free attack, a different move even.
Yeah, so I got the sticker one with the empty slots, or before I just didn't realize it was a different rarity.
Yeah. So it'll say uncommon or rare in parentheses.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. I like that there are rarities for moves. That's unique, and I don't think I've seen that before. I like that it's got Metroidvania elements that I didn't know about.
Yeah, you know. It's pretty good too.
You can it's basically like Monster Sanctuary tier. Capturing specific monsters will give you overworld abilities. That's cool. That's always cool. And this one's in 3D. Well, yeah, 3D. I put it in quotes. It's like it's still overhead 3D, like Zelda, rather than what we're doing here.
Yeah, I'd say that's 3D.
But it's 3D, yeah. It's cool, yeah. What else? But yeah, I like that the game messes with types as well. So, what I didn't mention in my combat breakdown was that there are some moves that'll change the type of the monster you're hitting.
Yeah.
And it'll get what's known as a coating for a few turns. That'll just change its type to that type.
So the
Yeah.
direction of the statues
That's
was
cool.
the key.
You know what else
This
is
is really
cool?
cool. What?
There are just moves that can do that. You don't have to like get a type advantage.
What?
You can be like, hey, I'm gonna change myself. So there's a set of them that change your own type, and there's I think another set that can change anyone's type. I think.
Right.
I don't have the game open to double check that right now. No, you know what it is? No. It's I think it's always only you. But there's one that's passive that just applies at the start of the fight, and there's one that's an active that'll apply an actual coating. And then you can transfer that coating to someone else with some moves. That's what it was.
Gotcha. I did the first one just automatically. I didn't even like look at the guide. I didn't even realize that was a thing until
It's a puzzle.
I made him face forward, and then it solved the puzzle. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I see. It shows me you're supposed to face forward.
Yeah. Nice.
I just was on autopilot for that first one.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's all good. We just got this puzzle. This puzzle's not the hardest one, but
It's not, no.
what else was I going to say?
Oh, I noticed in Giuseppe's there's a difficulty option.
Yeah,
See that?
I did. I haven't
I think
looked at
it's
it. I was
I think it's pretty
you know,
neat. Basically, the options amount
Oh,
to...
That was like, by the way, that was a guide. You should read that as soon as possible.
What? Some room. The options amount to baseline. I think there's an easier one.
Yeah, there was an easy, a normal, and a hard.
I think there are two harder ones.
Really?
Based off the yeah. But so actually no, there's no like. There's like four options. There's an easy, there's a normal, there's a hard, and there's like an extreme or something. Where the default mode is just, you know, how you expect the game to be. The harder mode is where some mobs scale, like some of them scale up a little bit, like a couple levels, and then sometimes the trainers and stuff use like martyr moves instead of like just
Okay.
I'm just gonna lower your defense while you blow me up like just smithereens like you can in Pokemon. And then the harder one is they scale more, and I think that's about it. So basically it's just scaling,
Okay.
if I recall correctly.
All right.
But yeah, I like that idea. You just
Yeah,
turn on
and
smart
then-
NPCs.
And then their version of, I guess you could call it their version of shiny Pokemon, are what are known as bootlegs, because there's a very specific aesthetic in this game.
Yeah, I like that. I like how they call them bootlegs.
The aesthetic is cassette tapes and headphones. There are bootleg forms of the monsters that are just a different type, which then leads into what I was going to say, which is there's a normal type, quote unquote normal type, called Beast, but there's also typeless moves.
Yeah.
And the typeless moves take whatever type you are. Which
Yeah.
I guess just means they don't have to have as much move variety. But I like the idea that you can be like, oh, this monster's really good with ranged attacks. Oh, and this guy learned a really good ranged attack, but he doesn't need it. Let me just pull that off of there, stick that on you. Oh, and hey, look at that. It's your type.
Yeah.
It could be your good type move.
Nice.
that was an interesting one. And I know I said that there weren't dual typed monsters, but there is one instance where there are dual typed monsters.
One instance, huh?
The fusion mechanic.
Ah, yes.
When so this is a 2v2 RPG. So you have you and your one partner, and
Who's
when the
also
meter
you.
builds up, you can fuse. Become one monster. You get the combined movesets and typing, and possibly stats, and you get a really increased health pool. It's good for boss fights. It makes the boss fights
Very
feel
good for boss fights.
yeah, it makes the boss fights feel really good when you use that. Feels like you're on like, you know, more even ground with them rather than it being like, how did I kill you? You have 16 times my health. You know, like.
Oh, you mean that first fight?
Not that one. That was a cool thematic thing.
It was.
I just mean in general, RPGs are like that, right? It's like, oh, this monster has 40,000 health, but my characters have 500, and we're expected to do all the damage and beat it.
Yep.
Even though you would think it would one-shot us.
Nope.
You know, that's sort of like mechanical, not in lore, but mechanical disparity.
Yeah.
That has to exist. Anyway, point is, game's good. You know, it does exploration well. It does combat fairly well. I don't think anything's ever going to top Monster Sanctuary for me.
Yeah.
I hope something does at some point, not because I dislike Monster Sanctuary, but because I want to see
More games do well.
More games do well, exactly.
Yeah. Did you know?
But,
Notice
like,
you could like pick up like barrels and stuff and like put them down.
Yes,
That was
you have
weird.
to do that for some platforming.
Yeah,
You can
it's
jump on
strange.
them if you're precise. I did in fact use that for some platforming. And
Did
you have
loot
to
your
pick.
fridge?
Yes,
Okay.
I've also looted many other fridges.
Yeah.
Only one contained an item.
I know. It's the one in the ranger hideout too.
Oh, never mind. Then two.
So,
contained
like
items.
the one where you go to first meet the rangers.
Yeah.
There's one of those loot in there.
Yeah.
My stuff. There's a chest around here
What was
somewhere.
I going to say though? Battle system's passable. Exploration is good, but not amazing.
Are we going the right way?
It feels like if they wanted exploration to be
My gut says
better,
this is the right way.
they would have included more overworld abilities. So far, I think I've got
You guys are way too peppy.
4. I have 4, and I don't know how many there are, but it looks like, based off of how much more map there is, there couldn't be more than 2. Which I guess there's only so many buttons you can have
Need more buttons.
on a controller.
Yeah.
Just like, otherwise they'd have to start doing context-sensitive stuff, or like actually turn it into platformer, where you know you do specific inputs to do stuff. But it seems like all the movement options have a dedicated button.
Even more
For now.
extra gauge. HP lowers. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty good.
Save here. Oh no! Whatever.
but the one
could
thing that
this
it's-
be?
Yeah, I wonder if this is a boss fight.
Wonder.
No, but the one thing that this game has got going for it, aesthetic. Right? The monster designs are
100%.
like
100%
monster
aesthetic
designs.
is real good.
I appreciate the monster designs, but I don't like that many of them. In terms of I want that in my party, but they are all well designed.
Yes.
I can say that. I can say a lot of love was put into these designs. I like the idea of them, but there's only like I can only really find 5 that I wanted, maybe 6. And since you always have a locked slot, which is your partner, I only need 5.
Yeah.
So it's fine. But the whole aesthetic, just they really went for it, and it works. And the music
did. And
the
it is.
music matches.
Yeah.
We can talk about that after the accursed tyrant of eternal night.
Yeah.
Who, might I mention, probably undead.
Oh no.
Anyway, if you're quick, you can one cycle him. Good luck.
Oh no. Oh, I saw that there's like a plushie of just like a Sonic head. You know about those?
No, it's just like it's just like the one up.
What the?
Oh, you ran out of juice. Oh no. Almost.
Say.
Well, if he's in that state, this might do it. Oh, I didn't look like it's doing it. Unfortunately. Sure, why not?
Sure. Just do it. Easy.